once again, I have hijacked this set and decided I was pulling everybody I could in the room to be a part of this broadcast right here because it's absolutely life changing. And so we've been talking about Dr. Lawrence, Dr. Robbie, and we've been talking about the canna, and we've been talking about the oil and terpenes and all these different things. I flew to California probably about 6 months ago, about four months ago, to meet Dr. Robbie because he had called me up and told me I was supposed to be somebody else, some big time minister or something, but they couldn't get that person, so they got me. Well, when he called me up, he talked to me and he said some words to me that said, I'm not going to give you false hope, but I'm going to tell you this, I can help you, you can get back to yourself. I've seen many people do that. And from that day on, I began to change. Flew over to California to meet him, and he looked at me and said, make me proud, because he had put his life in it. But let me tell y'all what happened. The whole time I'm sitting at this conference table, people think the man is the boss. We ain't the boss. We're not running anything. I had this woman looking at me with an eye trying to figure out who is this brother that's coming in here talking like this. And I realized, okay, here is the boss. Here's who's running things. And I realized things were going to go really well. And I said, I need to make sure I say everything right, because as my wife told me, my wife is my guru. She is my partner. She is my lover. She is also my protector. She is also warrior. In Hebrew, when they say who can find a virtuous woman, what they're talking, virtue is a warfare term. Virtue is a Hebrew military term. And who can find a virtuous woman? Why? Because she's the Ishet Hael. And what that means, the person who shows up when you call for help, when you're in danger. And so I knew that this company was going to work, because when I saw the mural on the wall and I saw her face and I saw the family and I saw all the different things, I said, this is it. And so she was not going to be on the show, but I'm so glad she decided to grace us. I want to introduce you all to Macy. Hello, Macy. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I thank you for being here. I know that Dr. Robbie has created this, but he couldn't have created it without you. What is your part of this? What is your fire, and why are you, and what mission are you and your husband on?
To be honest, I am the original guinea pig.
You said you're the original guinea pig. Okay, talk to me.
I am a cancer victim, and I have a severe scoliotic pain, and that problem was triggered by my being a nurse. Because, you know, nursing also, your job also goes with lifting or something like that when it's necessary, when it's needed. And I was already like rolling on the sofa because of the pain in my back. I could hardly walk, I could hardly stand. And I'm already having, or awarded, I should say awarded with a disabled parking placard.
Get out of here.
Yes. And what saved me is the Agora gel cap in the beginning, because that was the first product that we have.
Right. And your husband made this?
Yeah, that was created by him, and that was already available in the house. But he kept offering that to me, but because of the word cannabis, it's kind of like giving me, I didn't have any idea what hemp is.
Wait, Macy, I'm going to interrupt you. You didn't give Dr. Lawrence any problems because of the word cannabis, did you?
No, because that time I was not educated. I was not aware of hemp, because when I heard the word cannabis, what came into my mind is something that makes you high. It's like marijuana. So I'm like telling him that I don't want to be high. That was my reaction. I
Right.
said, no, honey. And then that's where I started getting education from him, that this, and that, different kinds of cannabis.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's doing is the hemp
Right.
and this and that. But I still refused to take it until I got enough education.
Mm-hmm.
Although that will take only a day because I kept crying and he kept offering me that that gel cup, and finally I was able to take it because he already gave me the water
Mm-hmm.
and gave me the the gel cup. And so when I take it, he asked me after like 30 minutes. He asked me what happened. So how did you feel? I said, I'm good.
You said,
And
I'm good.
Yeah, I just said that. Oh, I'm good. And then after like an hour, he came back to me. How do you feel? I'm like, yeah, the pain like cut off to
Mhm.
from 10/10. It's like 3/10.
Wow.
And so he said that I still have pain a little bit, but it's not as worse as like an hour ago. And then he said that, okay, you take another tomorrow. So the following day, I did not take it. And he kept following up. Did you take it again? No. And then give me water again. So I took another one. And then in the afternoon, I was like, I forgot that I had pain. Became like normal. That I could even run around the block.
Wow.
And then he said, so I said, I chasing him.
You're chasing
I was
him.
chasing him. I'm like, what did you give me? What is that? Blah, blah, blah. So all the more I got educated with that because he doesn't stop educating me
Right.
on these things.
Mhm.
And that was the time that I heard about terpenes, about CBD,
Mhm.
cannabidiol,
Right.
to the point that he educated me on how to pronounce cannabidiol.
Mhm.
Because when I heard the word, when I see the word, I was arguing with him. That's not cannabidiol. That's cannabidiol or
Yeah.
cannabidiol.
Cannabidiol, right.
No, it's pronounced cannabidiol. Blah blah blah.
You just helped me, so I won't
Yeah.
sound foolish anymore.
And then with the medication that I took for my breast cancer, I supposedly take that for 5 years, but after 4 years of taking it, I got a lot of side effects down to my other reproductive system. So I supposed to have surgery again in my ovary, in uterus. I mean, I supposed to get a hysterectomy, but for the benefits that I got with this product, I guess because of it, personally, in my opinion, in how I feel, it's because of that I was not able. I don't need the surgery. So up to this day, I'm becoming more normal.
I'm just going to repeat what she just said to me. I know you heard it, but it bears repeating. You were going to be a candidate for a hysterectomy. You get on this oil, this medical food product. You start taking it. Now
Yes.
you take it apprehensively because you don't want to listen to your husband.
No, it's
right?
because of the word cannabis that
Okay,
makes me
I was
high.
joking. You're right. And when you take it, you realize, wait a minute, it is helping you. And now you're saying to me and everybody who's listening that you don't believe you need the surgery anymore.
What really amazed me is the 10/10 pain. It like it really like became reduced
When you
so
say 10 over
quickly.
10 pain, what do you mean?
It's like really severe pain
Okay.
that I could not anymore stand. I could not anymore walk. That's how much painful I felt.
And did
That's
you
how
think
much
it was?
pain I had.
Did you feel it was in your head that you were feeling better now?
Oh no, I'm really feeling better. Not
Okay.
like not just better, but I'm feeling the best of the feeling that I had, because that's not only the conditions that I have,
Oh wow.
but I cannot mention it here because
Okay.
something like
I got you.
censored.
Well, let me say this. You have definitely said enough. But now I also asked you because you also represent another community. I just had Ellie here, and I would like you to speak to them and just tell them in, was it with Philip? Is it Philip?
Tagalog?
Yes. If you can just speak to that audience and just give them a little bit on what it did for you.
To be honest with you, Filipinos would even have a hard time speaking in our own language than speaking in English.
So then guess what? You just heard what time it is. You just heard what time it is. Listen, she is not selling anything. She says that it changed her. I have watched so many people get changed. And when I came over there and I sat with you, I want to tell you, when I got back home from California, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. And I thought I was going to have to fly to California to interview you guys. And so now that you're here, I'm so grateful. And I'm glad that I'm glad you were the guinea pig. I'm glad you took
I'm glad I had that, or else I'll be forever disabled.
Doesn't it take away the fear too? Didn't it take away fear because you took control of your health?
Actually, I did not. I had no fear at all. It's just that I had the pain, but I had no fear of having it like worse, because every day I see my husband worried.
Okay.
And I know he's very creative, and he's a big time believer of natural medicine.
Right.
And I see him on the bed, like he sees me like suffering for pain. I know he's thinking, because he's like, once his mind works, he doesn't sleep. He cannot sleep until he does something. So in a minute, I already saw him like going down.
Right.
Because he's right in the computer.
Right, I got you.
And then after a week, he would already tell me what, the things to do. Honey, I got this for you, you blah, blah, blah.
Let me tell you something.
So,
I just had somebody on, another husband, Pete, Jamie, what is she? She's a hippie. What is she? Homeostasis hippie. I had Jamie, the homeostasis hippie, on here. And what you're saying is that he too, Pete, her husband, said he cooperated. And his goal was to see his daughter get better, and even see that his wife would feel better. And now I see with you, the exact same thing happened with him. He saw you, and like my wife, I say, are you going to take anything for the pain? And she wouldn't do it. But she does this now.
Yeah, and he even told me, honey, we really have to do the business. And I said, let's go for it. Because if it's helping me, that means it also help everybody.
Now, I'm going to say this, and I want you to understand this. I do a lot of reading and a lot of research. I am privileged to be a part of the formation of what's happening right now, because this is the number one to me in the world, and it's going to change the game. And when you hear somebody saying that they have been delivered from pain that happens in the body, and they didn't have to take synthetics, believe you me, you need to try it. So I thank you, and listen, remember me, but I ain't going nowhere, because I'm hanging with y'all, because I feel much better. I thank you so much. And I thank you for the prayer. I know that you guys are spiritual people too. I thank you for the prayers. And I thank you for all those years of, is this going to happen? What are we going to do? And I thank Dr. and Dr. Look, I'm holding this camera, Dr. Lawrence, I want to thank you, because all them years you were splicing them plants and trying to figure out. What I wanted to call you is Orville Rettenbacher, because he has the perfect popcorn, but he had to fail so many times before he found the perfect popcorn. And so he went through all of that. But now I love Orville Rettenbacher popcorn. That's what Dr. Lawrence's name gonna be, synonymous. Hemp Rushmore, mark my word. This is Deron Cloud, We thank you for participating in the new ministry of health. Macy, I thank you. No,
Thank
listen
you
to
too.
me. With every fiber of my being, I thank you because I'm alive and I have my pet back. Thank you so much.
Thank you
And
also.
thank you for the beautiful facial mask. This is the first time. This is the first time that I've ever put on a mask myself. And we off camera? Wrong camera. This is the first time that I've ever put a mask on myself, and I want to tell you, it makes me feel really good about myself. And I'm not afraid of my feminine side. That's why I can understand my wife, and I still have a place to sleep. I love you, and I beat you to it. God bless you. The new ministry of health. We're changing the game.